Food. Food is a basic necessity of life. In 2012, $388 billion of produce were grown. But 35 million tons of food were also thrown away. That's 40% of the annual food production in the United States. Wasted. In the U.S., over 1/5 of food waste makes up what goes into landfills and causes methane gas emissions that harm the environment.
While there is enough food production to feed everyone in the world, there are still 14% of Americans struggling to put food on the table.
The amount of time, energy, and resources that go into getting food from the farm to the table just to be thrown away is detrimental.
It's this innate feeling of sadness when you see wasted food.
Congress needs to implement a law that provides funding to organizations that help fight against food waste and make restrictions and limits for food production and disposal in the United States.
Food is wasted in every stage, starting at the farm and ending in your home.
Farming makes up 7% of the total food wasted per year. Farmers plant too many crops and many of them never leave the farm. During processing, food is left out in wrong temperatures and it spoils, requiring it to be thrown away.
As well, grocery stores are allowed to reject food, and suppliers aren't allowed to sell them to other stores. They have to throw away all the food that isn't sold. On average, $15 billion is wasted in food annually in vegetables thrown out by stores. Stores want their food to be visually appealing and throw out food before it goes bad.
They would rather that their stores look full, so they overstock and then throw away all the food that went bad.
Restaurants are a big factor in food waste. Food is lost during preparation, and consumers don't eat 17% of the food ordered. Restaurants need to be stocked to supply the menu, causing a lot of extra food to go waste. Fast food restaurants have strict rules that require food to be thrown away very often. 1/5 of fast food is thrown away. McDonald's, for instance, requires fries to be thrown out after 7 minutes.
DC Central Kitchens is a hunger organization that recovers food that would normally go to waste. It makes 5,000 meals a day that is sent to 80 different agencies. It also runs a culinary job training program and provides jobs for the graduates of the program. It has a catering company called Fresh Start Catering. As well, the organization provides lunches to 10 local DC public schools.
Campus Kitchens is a national program for DC Central Kitchen. With 42 locations across the country, it partners with local schools to encourage students to take unused food from the community and prepare meals for different agencies. It aims to understand the root cause of hunger. It also fosters student leadership development by having the students run the nonprofit. Americans throw away $165 billion worth of food every year. The average household also contributes to food waste. Families throw out 14 to 25% of food, adding up to $43 billion per year. This is caused because food is considered cheap and easy to get, and expiration dates are sometimes confusing to consumers. One of the main issues with food waste is that it causes many problems for the environment.
If food waste was a country, it'd be the third largest methane gas emitter in the world.
Food that is thrown away ends up in landfills and causes methane gas emissions, which are a worse greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. When food is thrown away, 97% of it goes to a landfill where methane gas is released.
Landfills contribute to 23% of methane gas in the environment per year. Over half of the plants never leave the farm and sit there to rot. This is caused by farmers planting too many crops and the crops not meeting cosmetic standards. This leads to methane gas emissions from decomposing plants. Another problem with food waste is that there are people in the United States who need the food that is thrown away.
1 in 6 people are food insecure, and we're wasting all this food.
In 2012, 14.5% of households, that is 17.6 million households just in the United States, could not afford food. On average, 1 in 9 people around the world are starving. Because there's a sense that food is widely available, consumers become more picky about food that is cosmetically imperfect. They are unused to these imperfections and won't buy produce that is visually unappealing. In countries like France, they have grocery stores that sell cosmetically imperfect produce. Their movement Les Fruits et Légumes Moches encourages consumers to buy produce that doesn't look appealing because they are ultimately the same on the inside. They also sell the produce for less and have found that consumers don't mind ugly food for a good price. Food waste is a growing problem in the United States. Not only does it affect our environment with wasted resources and harmful greenhouse gases, but it also affects us. Despite 40% of food that goes to waste, there are still people who are food insecure.
A step Congress needs to take is making sure the food that is not sold in grocery stores or is not picked on a farm is put to good use. One way is by supporting organizations like DC Central Kitchen, who repurposes food that would otherwise go to waste. A way everyday Americans can help solve this issue is by being aware of what's in their fridges. Use what's been in the fridge longest first instead of pushing it to the back. Don't buy what you don't need, and remember that food that may have cosmetic defects is still good to eat.